Oh, hey, futurist Jim Carroll. Look, I was working away on the presentation slide deck for an upcoming talk on AI, and I'm actually working into it, this theme of what do world-class innovators do that others don't do, with some guidance on, if we're going into this complex new world, what do we need to do to get it right? And I realized that it was actually 13 years ago today that Deloitte South Africa, they were trying to bring me down for a keynote for their annual awards show, and I was already booked, and so we did the next best thing. I worked with a professional film crew. We ran around the Toronto region with the professional film crew and my then 17-year-old son, filming this storyline of what is it the world-class innovators do that others don't do. And I developed for this a very powerful list of rules or guidance or markers of what I was observing within my global client base at that moment in time as to how they were trying to align to fast-paced change. Look, this material has become the cornerstone of many of my keynotes since then, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to replay it here, show you the original film from this day in 2010. The hair was a little bit more epic, but powerful guidance, and still works today. Right after it finishes, it's about 13 minutes long, you're going to find another video clip. I was about to go on stage for a massive event for Microsoft, and I had my stabilizer camera with me, and I filmed a 3-minute clip, with a selfie stick of what is it the world-class innovators do that others don't do. And I just rattled it off at the top of my head in one take with one minor edit. And I'm going to play that one at the end as well. So you might find this interesting. Here we are from 2010.
Hi, I'm Jim Carroll. I'm a futurist trends and innovation expert based in Toronto, Canada. I'd like to welcome you to my home office. It's a home office where I provide advice and guidance to some of the world's largest organizations. Organizations such as Walt Disney, Northrop Grumman, Rockwell Collins, Toshiba Australia, the Swiss Innovation Forum. I provide my insight on future trends, innovation, and how to deal with a world in which change is happening faster than ever before. Think about the rates of change which are occurring. I often share 3 statistics with my clients that provide them insight on how quickly our world is changing. Number 1, it's suggested that 65% of the kids who are in preschool today will work in a job or career that doesn't even yet exist. Number 2, it's estimated if you're taking a university degree that half of what you learn in your very first year is obsolete or revised by the time you graduate. And number 3, the typical digital camera only has a shelf life of about 3 to 6 months before it's made obsolete by the next generation of advance of technology. That's why the global media magnate Rupert Murdoch observed that the future belongs to those who are fast. It doesn't belong to organizations who are slow. It belongs to organizations that can change, that can adapt, that can evolve, and that can deal with increasing velocity of change in the global economy. Last year, the companies that participated in the Deloitte Best Company to Work For survey were celebrated as heroes. But now in these challenging and difficult economic circumstances, you need to think about your workforce differently. You need to think about innovation. You need to think about what you need to do to keep up with ever-changing times. That's why, as you heard earlier from David Conradi, the Deloitte Best Company to Work For survey will be changing itself. It's different from prior years because it too is keeping up with evolving and adapting times. So the world is changing very fast, and we now find ourselves in new and challenging economic realities. All of us are trying to figure out what it is we need to do to ensure we can achieve success given this new complex economy. I had the CEO of one client organization. He observed to his staff that we really have 3 choices. Number 1, we can panic. Number 2, we can choose to do nothing. Or number 3, we can choose to innovate, change, and adapt. Over the last 2 years, I've had the observation of watching what some of the world's leading innovators are doing to ensure that we can thrive in these new, challenging economic times. And that's what I want to share with you today. What do world-class innovators do to stay ahead of rapidly changing circumstances? So what is it that world-class innovators do that others don't do? And what can we learn about the future of human resource management from that? Well, the very first thing they focus on is that they have a relentless focus on growth. Bill Gates once observed that for a lot of people in a lot of organizations, they tend to overestimate the rate of change that will occur on a 2-year basis. They underestimate the rate of change that will occur on a 10-year basis. And think about trends over a 10-year basis. There are a lot of significant opportunities for growth. It's estimated global food production has to double to keep up with global population growth. It's estimated that within 10 years there will be 1.8 billion people in the global middle class. That's half of the global population, up from 30% of the population today. We're witnessing significant growth with rapid rates of scientific advance, resulting in the emergence of new careers, new jobs, new industries, new lines of business. Everywhere you look, when you think on a 10-year basis, there are significant opportunities for growth. And world-class innovators realize that what they do with their human capital, how they use it, how they deploy it, will increasingly come to define their future success as they focus on growth. World-class innovators continually transition their revenue source. They know we live in a world of product hyper-innovation. Take what's going on in the world of entertainment, in the world of television. A constant flood of new technologies, new capabilities, new products that can be sold into the marketplace. In a world of product hyper-competition, opportunity is endless. You know, this new global economy involves all kinds of twists and turns, ups and downs. It's going to be your ability to generate new revenue that hasn't existed before, your ability to enter new markets where you haven't participated before, your ability to invent new products that you have not sold before. And from a talent perspective, that's going to involve a lot of retraining. It's going to involve a lot of new knowledge. It's going to involve a lot of reskilling. It's going to be your ability to generate new revenue where it hasn't existed before that's going to define your future success. World-class innovators obsess over speed and velocity. They know that it's the pace of change that will define their future success. Whether it's the emergence of new business models, new competitors, global competition, new technologies, the world of business is changing faster than ever before. When it comes to human capital and talent, it's your ability to form fast teams that will define your future success. World-class innovators focus on transformative business model change. You know, I live a few miles from the Ford North American truck plant. Their business model is they build 700,000 trucks, put them into inventory and hope that they sell. Honda, on the other hand, they're of a mindset that they look at what's selling this week and they say, well, maybe we'll build that next week. It's all about flexibility, and it's all about flexibility of their skills to deal with new market realities. World-class innovators get ahead of transformative business model change. I want you to think about the car company of the future. Maybe the car company of the future could be Google. They'll simply offshore the manufacturing of the car to China, to Asia, South Africa. You'll buy the car online, it will be delivered to you via FedEx. You know, we live in a period of time in which new business models are being invented overnight. And when it comes to human capital, it's all about creativity, it's about imagination, it's about the ability to explore new ideas. World-class innovators focus on flexibility of structure as a key success factor. Increasingly, people are going to provide their skills to their clients wherever they might be in the world. What we know about this next generation is they are unlike any other generation in the workforce before. More than half of them believe that self-employment is more secure than a full-time job. They believe that, a long-term career is about 2 to 5 years. 67% admitted on their very first day in a new job, they're already looking for another job. When it comes to talent in the workforce, it's all about innovation with this next generation. The seventh thing that innovative organizations concentrate upon is continually transitioning the skills and knowledge of their staff. There's so many new discoveries, so much new knowledge happening, it's changing careers. Take what's going on in the world of construction. There's so many new design principles, the emergence of intelligent building infrastructure, the emergence of all kinds of new environmental design applications. What's happening is that building architects, design engineers, anyone involved in managing a building is finding that the knowledge that they need to know to do their job is changing at a furious pace. Take the world of healthcare as an example. It's estimated today that the volume of medical knowledge is now doubling every 8 years. The rapid advancement of new pharmaceuticals, rapid discovery of new forms of treatment, the rapid emergence of biotechnologies. There's so much discovery going on. That's why Microsoft has suggested that for a lot of nations, some 50% of GDP in the 21st century will consist of knowledge and learning activities. That's why world-class innovators realize that one of the key concepts they need to take into the future is that learning is what most adults will do for a living in the 21st century. When it comes to being a world-class innovator, there's a number of guideposts that can provide us a sense of direction as to what we can best do to manage our talent in this complex new 21st century economy. One of the first of these is that the talent problem, while it might look the same, the solutions can be entirely different. When it comes to attracting new staff, retaining existing staff, retraining and enhancing the capabilities of existing staff, there's a lot of new innovative solutions out there, innovative ways of thinking about solving the new complex problems you're faced with your human talent. When it comes to talent in the 21st century, it's all about innovation and creativity. Another guidepost is the scarcity amidst plenty. We're seeing the emergence of so many specialized skills in the workforce that increasingly it's your access to the right skills at the right time for the right purpose that will define your future success. Companies using the recession as their retention strategy do so at their own risk. Everything is different with this recession. Employees are far less loyal than they have been ever before. They're far more entrepreneurial. And when you're looking at the future and you're looking at your human talent, it's a critical guidepost to think differently and innovate with your human capital requirements. Here's another important guidepost to think about. You need to spend as much time understanding your people as you do your customers. That's because different generations have different needs. We spend a lot of time understanding our customers' needs. In this new complex 21st century economy, it's important that we spend as much time understanding our people's needs. Another important guidepost when it comes to talent management is that it's not just about the money. You've got to show them the love. When it comes to remuneration, it can be about money, it can be about flex work, it can be about lifestyle. The final and most important guidepost is to follow the market leaders. I like to think we live inside a global idea bubble where everybody knows everything that is going on with every organization. And that's why you need to be world-class when it comes to talent management. World-class innovators anticipate obvious future trends and change their behavior to keep up with an ever faster future. And that's what's involved with workforce innovation. Your world is going to change at a faster pace than ever before. You need to think differently in terms of what you do with your workforce. I'm futurist trends and innovation expert Jim Carroll, wishing you good luck. Hey, futurist Jim Carroll. Let's talk about what it is that world-class innovators do that others don't do. Now, I've been on stage for 25 years with some of the world's leading organizations, CEOs and CXOs, put into perspective what they need to do to align to the era of accelerating change. And over time, I've come up with a list of what it is some organizations do that helps them to deal with massive disruptive change. There's a variety of things they concentrate. Number one, continual reinvention. They're of a mindset that they need to generate new forms of revenue where that revenue has not previously existed. Number two, they accelerate their product innovation. They recognize that products are becoming something from the olden days, faster than ever before. Product life cycles are absolutely collapsing. Instant obsolescence is becoming the watchword. Number three, we've got to get the right skills at the right time for the right purpose. They recognize that in an era of relentless continual change, the skills they have today will not necessarily be the skills that they have for success tomorrow. Number four, partner fast. This aligns to the skills issue. They know that increasingly, when they need to enter a new market or deal with disruptive or competitive change, they've got to find themselves partners to help them to do what needs to be done. Number 5, world-class innovators focus on what I call upside-down innovation. That is, they look to their customer as the source for innovative ideas. They realize the world is changing so quickly that they are no longer in charge of product or service development, and that their customers might be defining particular customer needs before they even know what happens. Number 6, they are relentless and obsessive over customer service. They know that the bar of expectations is increasing rapidly. They know, for example, that their website has to have the same degree of responsiveness, professionalism, capability for transaction, pre-populating of information as we get with, for example, Amazon. Number 7, they have a relentless focus on growth. They're never of the mindset that their product as it is currently good enough, that they need to continually identify new sources of revenue, continually reinvent their product for the era of relentless change. Number 8, they're focused on how they manage and integrate connectivity and technology into everything they do. They recognize that in essence, like every other industry and organization on the planet, they are becoming a computer-driven industry, a technology-driven industry in which the speed of Silicon Valley defines their future. So pervasive connectivity is inherent to their architecture and their product going forward. And that leads to number 9. Speed is everything. Agility is critical. Flexibility is massive. They know that what they need to do is align themselves to the ability for fast-paced change. What is it the world-class innovators do? Number 10, they follow my key mantra, which is this. They think big, they start small, they scale fast. They think really big in terms of the scope of their industry and how it is being disrupted, transformed, and what they need to do to align to that reality. They start small. They invest in a lot of experiential capital to beef up their capabilities, their skills, their ability to deal with fast-paced change. They know that by experimenting with a lot of small-scale projects, they are in essence building up the assets that they need to go into this faster-paced future. And then they scale fast. As I said, they focus on agility, flexibility, in a world in which speed is everything. I'm futurist Jim Carroll, and those are some of the lessons that I've learned by working with some of the world's innovation leaders. What is it the world-class innovators do? They focus on the future.
We'll be right back.